Hello everyone, today in this video we'll fight against the advanced character of our world around us, and this time we'll talk about the history of Central Eastern Europe, more eastern part of this region, which is almost completely not known even to many avid historians and people passionate about history, because this region is not in the center of interests of many, but it should be. Recently, changes due to the clashes between Russia and Ukraine, but still changes are superficial and too slow. So, one of the greatest battles of the very early modern era, because we go to the year 1514 AD, 8th of September 1514, in which the joint armies of Polish crown and Lithuanians defeated armies of Muscovian state, and the ruler of Muscovy state, we can call him Tsar Vasil III, was heavily defeated in the Battle of Orsza. And this battle that happened in the eastern part of modern Belarus, it was Lithuania those days, because this is what we call Lithuania. This is the combination, let's say, in quotation, of two regions, Żmud and Aukštote. And Lithuania, what was the real Lithuania, was today western and northern Belarus. And the Battle of Orsza happened in 1514, almost immediately after Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. This precisely Lithuanian duchy lost Smolensk, because somehow Lithuanians in the 15th century started losing their upper hand in the wars with Muscovy and Tatars, but it was even more dramatic for them in their wars with Muscovy, and Polish state, Polish crown, was helping them very often, because since the late 14th century, 1385, Polish and Lithuanian states were in personal union of the monarch. Okay, which is fine, but thanks to this, Polish state became involved into the Eastern European political theater, very complicated, and in 1466 Polish state even had a lot of impact in establishing Crimean Khanate, and just helping in ascending the throne and later restoring him to the throne of first Khan of the Crimean Khanate, Haji Girey, but this is different story. Now we are talking about the times that were happening in parallel and a little bit later. So the 15th and early 16th century wars between Duchy of Lithuania and Muscovy state, and with time, Muscovy state was waging the wars against Lithuania with many successes. And Smolensk was lost in the early 1514, recovered only in 1611 by Polish-Lithuanian state, but in the same year when Smolensk was lost in 1514, in September, the Prince Konstanty Ostrowski, Russo-Lithuanian and Polish-Russo-Lithuanian magnate, we can call him like this, of Eastern Orthodox faith, won for the Polish-Lithuanian state the great battle, one of the greatest battle of the turn of late medieval and early modern period, under Orsza, and there was a lot of artillery, there was a lot of units using those day primitive but more and more efficient pistols and rifles, So a lot of gunpowder was used during this battle, and a lot of cavalry was taking place. And this great battle was won thanks to Polish heavy cavalry hussars that was then started developing quite quickly, more or less in those days. Plus, Polish riflemen proved that due to the fact that rifles were so primitive, thanks to the discipline and great organization, they managed to keep the constant fire against the enemy. And this broke the cavalry charge of Muscovian soldiers. So the main commander of Polish-Lithuanian side, Prince Konstanty Ostrowski, was called after this battle Rusin Scipio, or Scipio we should say. After the Scipio Africanus, he was called Rusin Scipio. And today, for unknown reasons, this battle, despite the fact it's well documented, it's largely forgotten by many people. One of the greatest battle of those times, and Russian historians, which is also mentioned in the book of Mr. Skowroda about Orsza I read, is the Russian historians have tendency to minimize the number of soldiers who took part in this battle on both sides, because they do not want to admit that it was the largest military defeat of Muscovy state, later the practically the predecessor of Russian state in the early modern era. That is why it's important to study this battle and to know that the history of Europe is not only western or southern part of this continent. All the best, have a nice day, bye.